Good evening and welcome to tonight's debate. Karun Nair's exclusion from India's ODI squad has really sparked controversy despite his stellar uh, Vijay Hazare Trophy performance. And Chief Selector Ajit Agarkar defends the decision, but critics question the value placed on domestic form. Tonight, we discuss whether Nair's exclusion is justified or if it exposes deeper issues in the selection process. So, as before, we have Mr. Chandramouli Kanvi, the sports experts, with him. So, your first initial thoughts on this issue?
Good evening, Bapu. Thank you very much for having me in your show, Sports Center. First of all, I would like to start with they started 2.5 hours late in Mumbai. The press conference, the journalists were waiting and waiting and waiting. They could have gone for a matinee show and come back, but they didn't know when they are coming. So
They
they were
could
made
have
to
gone
wait.
for emergency film of Kangana Ranaut, which is making raves.
Yeah, they were made to wait and wait, and then they came. We all thought that they'll announce it after the completion, probably on 19th. That is today. The team, because the Vijay Hazare one-day tournament finals was going on, and finals is over, and most importantly, none of the members. See, none of the members who played in these finals are there in the Indian team. That's also
Yes.
an irony. This is domestic finals, and none of them is here. And one more thing is, just before they started, the captain Rohit Sharma didn't know that the mic is on, is already on. He was telling Agarkar in Hindi that बच्चे बहुत मुझे बोल रहे हैं फैमिली फैमिली का बारे में बात कर रहे हैं वो 10 point diktat that board has supposed to have given to the players
Yes.
फैमिली के बारे में बात करने के लिए मुझे बोल रहे हैं he didn't know that the mic was on. Okay, the journalists were very sharp. They were just waiting like they were hungry and angry, so they caught it very well. And coming to the team, Bapu, overall team, it's a well balanced team. They are not taken any risks. They are not taken any. There are no surprises. But you're talking about Karun Nair. It's really unfortunate when asked specifically about Karun Nair's non-inclusion, not exclusion, because he was not there in the squad. Non-inclusion. Agarkar said it's too full. It is too crowded. The middle order is too crowded to take him. And but they discussed about Karun Nair, and he is in their shortlist. If anything happens, probably if a batter gets injured or so, he is unavailable. Probably Karun Nair's name will come up, but only they've chosen 15 and 16 for the series against one-day series against England, wherein Bumrah may or may not play. He's there, subject to fitness. Even the chairman of selection committee doesn't know about his fitness. NCA has to certify when he is fit, and then the new boy is there instead of to replace Bumrah and play. And so Karun Nair, it's really unfortunate. Unfortunately, he failed in the finals. He scored only 27 runs. All these matches, he had scored about five centuries, 770 plus odd runs. Many will argue that Jagdishan scored 820 runs, and so many other people also, batters also have scored earlier, but they are not selected. But it holds no truth. Karun Nair is very, he has a pedigree. I mean, by his performances, he has a triple century in his name for India against England in a winning cause. In the same match, our KL Rahul also scored 199. Unfortunately, missed double century by a single run at Chennai in 2016 against England. So he had a case, but unfortunately, he is not there.
But don't you think this, see, after the debacle against Australia, there has been a talk, about senior players, playing domestic cricket. And now, interestingly, former RCB and KKR player, Srivats Goswami, he's criticized Agarkar. And I stand by his statement. He's saying that, in fact questioning Agarkar, doesn't it contradict the BCCI's rule of making domestic cricket mandatory? Now, when you see Nair's recent performances, that includes 5 centuries in the Vijay Hazare and a remarkable, unbeaten. I watched it live. Unbeatable 44 ball, 88 run in semi-finals. So that is quite, that innings was of aggressive nature. So we can clearly say that Nair is, can play both type of cricket. And poor Nair, he has been exited from the Indian team after 6 Test matches, but had once made even history with a triple century in the third Test. So, don't you think it is contradictory? If he is
Unfor-
performing and still is not been considered, then why do you have this rule? How will
Papu,
you,
unfortunately,
how
yeah,
will you do that? Hmm.
unfortunately, when he scored a triple hundred, the next test match was not there in the 11.
Correct.
They had that
Because somebody
unwritten rule.
came.
No, Rahane was injured, so he got a chance. He scored a triple hundred. Then he had to
Correct.
walk on the bench for the next test match, which was not, in the immediate future.
Hmm.
There was some time. He went to England. He didn't get a chance to play, and somebody else was called from India to play, and all those things happened. It all depends on who is the captain, what is the team management's line of thinking and all. But on a lighter note, we had discussed this earlier, Bapu, that who are dropped. Okay, that was the test series in GBT, border BGT, sorry, Border Gavaskar Trophy, and this is one day series. When the test and one day series are not much, don't differ that much now. Okay, T20 is totally different. But we had discussed earlier on a lighter note that who will be dropped? Those who are in the reserves. The players who failed will be there.
See,
So,
unfortunately, sir, unfortunately, he's not in reserves also. One of
yes,
the
yes.
journalists, I should commend him. He asked, at least you should have a reserve. Are you have any plan? Do you have any plans of having Nair in reserves bench? He's not also there under
Yeah.
consideration.
Yeah. Well, no, but reserves, they are not announced the reserves. Only one person, Harshit Rana, who toured with the Indian team, played 2 matches. First 2 Test matches for India in the BGT in Australia. Harshit Rana is there. He's a cover for Jasprit Bumrah. So Bumrah is there. In fact, the first we have going to play against England the 5 T20 matches, and then the three. I think sixth, ninth, and 12th. I think we are playing on. Against England in the one day matches in February. And then we are traveling to Dubai on 13th. We have the first match on 20th, 20th, 23rd, and then later on. Even the format, Bapu's Champions Trophy is very, very small in the sense, you're
15
going to play only
matches.
three, yeah, only three league matches, only 8 teams. Cream is there,
Correct.
not all the others, associates and
Correct.
everybody.
Hmm.
So it will
Eight,
be a well
eight
fought
creamy
every
teams.
match. Yeah, creamy team, and every match is very, very important. So there is time. They are hopeful that Bumrah will be selected. But again, coming back to Karun Nair, they have not announced the reserves as such. And definitely, if anybody is injured, if even then he is not taken, there will be a hue and cry. That is for sure.
And see, of course, even see, I also challenge and question what Agarkar has to say. Yes, he admitted that Nair has really performed very well, but he does not fit into the team's combination just because other batsmen have 40 plus. Okay, boss, 40 plus, but in recent form, if you look at the selections of England or Australia, they see the recent form.
Yes,
Not 2 years or 5 years, 40 plus average, and you still bring just because he's senior, just because he's a star. How long this can go? See, I was totally disappointed with this kind of an answer coming from Agarkar. I also question his being the chief selector. He has done so many mistakes that we have been seeing, and the results are on the ground. That we lost even miserably in against New Zealand in our home country. So,
yeah,
how do you react to my
absolutely.
observations?
Absolutely, you are talking about Agarkar, and there is a drawback with the Indian team or the BCCI itself while selecting the selectors. While selecting the selectors, they have to apply, and on seniority they will get it, or probably their track record. He was he had become a commentator, Agarkar, and he has played with the senior players who are there in the team. So the age gap is not much, and they might have been friends also. It's very difficult, selectors, selectors should be little more senior and more mature. And
Correct.
if you are friendly, I was listening to a podcast involving Sandeep Patel. Sandeep Patel was the chairman of selection committee when Sachin had to retire, and others also
Correct.
he had to tell them. And
Yes.
he was telling, shockingly, even though he had to tell Sachin
Correct.
uh,
He
because he
picked up
was
the call
interested with
and
that.
told, and that was out in the media.
No, no, no. He was interested with this dirty job. And who
Correct.
can tell Sachin to retire? So he is a very straightforward guy. When he was
Correct.
the manager, you'll remember he was the coach. Once, I heard they were staying in Lalita Ashok. They had a camp in Bengaluru, I think prior to 96 tour of England, or I think so, or sometime later. And no, later, sometime later. And 8 o'clock, the team bus leaves the hotel to the ground to KSA. It's about a 15 minutes drive from Lalita hotel to KSA. And 10 to 8, he used to come and sit in the front seat, it seems. He used to come and sit.
Hmm.
If anybody comes after 8 o'clock, that is their funeral. They have to make their own arrangements. I
Hmm.
think once Bajji and Yuvraj were also late, he left them and went.
Hmm.
And they were blaming each other because of few hours late, because of few hours late. And then they reached, they hailed a taxi. Those days, it is not very easy to get a taxi also.
Correct.
Probably the hotel management gave them a taxi. They went on their own. They had to pay for the fare. So he was very strict. And he was telling, the interviewer asked him, what were you were friendly with them. He said, yes, I was friendly with all the players. And what happened afterwards? After you told them, after you made them retire, or after you told them that, what are your plans? Ask them. You have to ask like that. What are your plans, seniors? You cannot say that you're not going to play. What are your plans? Let us know. So that is the stage. That is the present situation. Then he said, shockingly, Bapu,
No.
they never talked to him again. I mean, they stopped talking to him. He was their good friend. He was their mentor. Just because he asked them about their plans to retire or continue, how long they want to continue, no, they stopped talking to him. That's the state of Indian, Indian cricket. So it's a very difficult situation for Agarkar also to tell Rohit or Virat to. They have played much more than the selectors. So they are superstars. That is a super.
So,
Ultimately, Bapu, the superstar culture has to end.
yes.
That's all.
So why can't they make people like Kapil Dev or Mohinder Ramanath? See, they have played
They were there.
much more cricket. G.R. Vishwanath,
Yes.
for example,
No, he
they
was
can
there.
make.
Yeah, all were there.
Yeah.
JR was the chairman of selection committee. When he was the selection committee chairman, he brought in youngsters. did a very good thing, especially the Karnataka youngsters, Kumble, Srinath, I think Rahul also. They had their, I mean,
Ganesh, I think.
The Dodgers later on, they had, I mean, the performance to back them. So he could talk about them, and once Vishy, with such an experience, talks about these players, and he should be, when he says these players should be selected, others have to agree. Nobody can disagree with the great J.R. Vishwanath.
Correct.
So, because he had not played with them, he had quite long retired. He retired in '86, I think, from first class cricket.
Correct.
And others made their debut in '89 or '90. Yeah, 89, 90. Yeah, no, he retired from Test cricket. I mean, he didn't retire. He was dropped after 82 Pakistan tour. But he played first class cricket till 85, 86.
Correct.
He didn't retire.
Yes.
He was hopeful of.
Yes.
And 89, 90, all these Karnataka greats played for India. But it's, there should be some age gap. There should be some respect. There should be respect. But it is too commercial. So much commercial, Bapu, that those ideas of respecting the seniors or listening to the elders, or those are all gone. Only money matters now. I mean, you can't go and tell anybody, any senior players, what to do, what not to do.
And even former cricketer Surinder Khanna, he is also been very vocal. He is saying, poor guy, he's so unlucky. Karun Nair, he should have been there. But interestingly, he has raised some concerns about the fitness and fielding abilities of senior players, Virat Kohli and especially Rohit Sharma. You saw his weight. He's put the kind of weight he's put on, Hardik Pandya was sending Virat Kohli during IPL matches at the boundary. He couldn't even run. So this also has been taken into being, but he's also very praiseworthy of Shubman Gill's being made as the vice captain. How do you see these things?
Yes, about Virat Kohli, he said he's totally fit. I mean, now he has a neck sprain, so he's not playing Ranji Trophy. And the small niggles and all don't matter when you're playing for your franchisee or the country. Small niggles, everybody will have some niggles, Bapu. No Indian cricketer who is playing in the 11 is 100% fit. He is 100% athletic, 100% athlete. So small niggles, they carry on with the small niggles in the interest of the team. But when it comes to states playing for the state in Ranji Trophy, this superstar says some niggle, some neck sprain or neck pain, or I had earlier in Sydney Test and all. That's what he's supposed to have said. But Rohit Sharma, busy 30 days. Rohit Sharma is going. He has clarified that he's going to play.
37.
Yeah, he's going to play on 23rd, and all others are playing. Whoever is available, everybody is raising their hand. I am available. I am available. At least we have reached some stage that the players are being disciplined.
And today, I think yesterday in the press conference, during the press conference.
Sorry. You are talking about Gill. Yeah, okay. Gill, so many have criticized his batting. I mean, in a sense, overseas conditions. In India, he's the king. He has won matches for India, no doubt about it. And but he's being groomed as the next captain, because Bumrah, you cannot say about his fitness. And who else is there? Rahul was a very good candidate, but somehow ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಆಡಿಸಿ they destroyed his appear to have destroyed his confidence also. They want him to open, they want him to go at number 6, they want to go him at number 3. Anyway, he has been very sportive, and he has been, I mean, he cannot talk. I mean, nobody can talk other than Virat and Rohit. He's trying his best, but if you consider Gill as the vice captaincy material, he's good. It's a good thing. Only it is left to Gill now, because there are so many vice presidents who never became presidents. Isn't it? So
vice captains.
No, vice presidents I'm talking about. It's a saying. All vice presidents cannot become presidents. You are a politician.
You are so cautious about politics now. You are speaking.
No. As you said, even vice captains have never become captains. There's no hard and fast rule that once you are vice captain, you have to. It all depends on his form. Now it is left to him how his form continues, how he upgrades his skills. and be more consistent. Only then he will be able to lead. But vice captains earlier were made. There were no such support staff, captain, manager, or even before the coach came. Vice captain's job was to arrange the nets, look after the net, arrange the nets, and see that everything is arranged. Because only one support staff, that was the manager who used to take care of the logistics. So that was the case with vice captain then. But now, he may be groomed. If he remains consistent, he'll get the chance to lead the country.
With this note, I only pray that sense prevails, good sense prevails over the uh, selectors, They should have, according to me, Karun Nair should have been there in the team at any cost because he has been performing, quite consistently, and not considering him is really very, very painful. And there are so many political stories, theories also, making rounds in the media circles about some senior players, not happy with him, or they do not want to see him in the team. They
Oh.
they think that if he is in the team, then what happens is they may lose the place to him. No, all these things are going around. All media people are also talking about this. Your concluding remarks, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, Karun Nair has to wait. Now the second phase of Ranji Trophy matches are going to start on January 23rd. Vidarbha definitely will do well. And if he scores again and keep the selectors on their edge, if there is any one chance, they will make him play. Even the England tour, he may go. Who knows? He had gone once, but he just warmed the benches. You know, but
Correct.
this time he may go. Who knows? And one more thing, Bapu, concluding, you are talking about the selectors. You are very critical about the selectors. You didn't. Luckily, he didn't say selectors are jokers because two
Like
greats,
Mohinder
two
Amara.
greats, Mohinder Amarat and Sunil Gavaskar also. It was that selectors are jokers. You
See,
can't blame the selectors.
sir, when Gavaskar speaks, it doesn't carry any weight because he has a big stature. Mohinder Ramana told they are pack of jokers. That became a very, very big issue those days. And he was right.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And whose son is Mohinder Amarat? He's Lala Amarat's son.
I-
Lala Amarat's son fought with the captain and he was sent back from England tour in 1960.
Yes. Yes. So thank you very much,
Thank you.
to come to my program once again. We shall
Thank you.
continue this. And before I wind up, please like, share, and also write your comments. Please write your
Yes.
comments so that we'll get some ideas and to bring to you good capsules of discussions. So please do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jai Hind,
Thank you, Babu.
Jai Shri Ram.
Thank you, Babu, for having me.